Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Adam and this channel focuses on 3D printing, electronics, and hopefully some DIY builds in the year 2025. In this video, I'll be discussing my channel's performance in 2025, kind of a recap on myself, the videos that I've produced, and then I want to just talk about some general goals for 2025. I'll be honest, in this video, I'm just going to kind of talk a lot. I'm doing this video kind of as a recap for myself, something that I can look back on in the year, and something also that I can use to hold myself accountable. And I hopefully have some people like you all who are going to hold me accountable in that same aspect. So if this is something that interests you and you want to help hold me accountable and kind of see what how the channel performed in 2024 and what my goals are for the new year, I'd love for you to stick around. And if not, I completely understand, and hopefully you'll see in the next one. But with that being said, let's get right into it. All right, so let's chat subscriber numbers here. So if I'm looking at my channel, at the beginning of 2024, I actually had 58 subscribers, which is a pretty, honestly, I was impressed. I had a channel previously that I did actually through my school's account that had like 83 subscribers. And I was actually pretty happy with that. That was over a couple years. And I was just posting tutorial videos kind of for my students. So 58, I was actually pretty happy with. My goal for 2024 was to get to 200 subscribers. And it was pretty cool because I really didn't post much in between like February and I think it was like April or something. So you can see I only gained just a couple over that time frame. So my goal was 200. And as I kind of consistently started posting, I hit 200, was it October 11th? Or October 10th. I can't remember off the top. October 10th. And from that point, I hit 494. This is December 30th of 2024. I hit 494 just today. So I'm super, super happy with that. Kind of as I started to find my niche, 3D printing, obviously, I really started to get some traction. So I hit 200 on October 10th, and then it only took me just a little bit over a month to hit 300. And then I kind of did really, really well in late November, early December with a couple of videos that I'll talk about here in a second. But I was pretty stoked about that. And I kept kind of moving my goal up by 50 every time I would hit one. So I was pretty excited about that. Now, the videos that I actually started producing were a lot better for people to watch. So I started out just doing tutorial videos, kind of just like I'd done with my previous channel. And those tutorial videos, let me kind of bring those up here and make sure I'm not showing anything I don't want to be. So if I'm looking at my own videos here, a lot of those early on were just kind of all over the place as I was learning different things. So I tried to do like some quick fusion videos. This Revit video did really well on my previous channel, so I kind of re-uploaded that, and that's still doing okay as well. One of the things that really picked up once I started experimenting with different video types are these just kind of like build videos. So those did pretty well. I mean, comparatively to everything else, I mean, this only got 36. All right, I was just trying to find something that would stick. But a lot of these I was realizing, and again, this might be super easy to a lot of people, but nobody's going to casually look at quick mask mode tutorial and watch that just for fun. So in order to actually grow, you would need things that are people are interested in watching if they see it. So my first good video here was my transforming my cluttered classroom one. That was something that people might be interested in watching, just like, okay, how is this going to be fixed with 3D printing? So then I kind of went into that niche, so to speak, with 3D printing is build guides. I did do pretty well with this Cura support settings one as well. So I think there's a good mix between experimental stuff, build videos, but also about, this is very teaching oriented, right? So I think this one did really well. So there's a nice mix of both. And then I kind of started heading into my print farm series video, which I thought was pretty cool. Now I'll talk a little bit about that in a little bit, but I got bit by that 3D printing farm bug. So kind of chronicling my startup with that. And again, I'll talk more about that in the later part of the video, but that was another good thing that started to do well for me. So people are interested in stuff that, is interesting. I realize that's a very stupid way to say that, but nobody's just going to click on a random video about editing curved surfaces in Onshape, right? That's not something that people are going to look for. It's going to be hyper niche people that are looking for very specific things, and they only click on it if they need it, not if they want to watch it. I do think that journey content's going to do pretty well as well. Again, that's something that I have a lot of content for. Hopefully in the new year, I'll start to crank some more of that out with the farm as I get that up and running. But I think journey content as a whole is going to be a pretty good idea. Just kind of seeing, I think people, including myself, and like to see things grow and see where things go. So I don't necessarily, again, I'm not saying that just because I like it, other people will, but I do like to see kind of the progression of things. So I think that's kind of a good content strategy that I can look for as well. So on the goal setting itself, I am a fan of reasonable goals along the way to a bigger goal, which is why my goal for last year wasn't like, 1,000 right off the bat, right? It was, I just wanted to get to 200. And with that being said, I do think that one of my goals this year is going to get to that 1,000 subscribers and hopefully get monetized. I have zero expectations of turning this into anything full time. But I think that's just the next logical step. Essentially, that's just doubling my current growth, which I think is very doable, especially with some of the plans that I have and some of the videos that I think are doing well and that I can continue to output. But doubling the channel growth seems like a reasonable goal to me, and getting to 1,000 subscribers and hopefully getting monetized by the end of 2025 is certainly doable. So again, I'm looking for those doable ones, especially as this is not full time, and I'm also just kind of experimenting with this. This is a fun hobby for me. I'm not looking to go crazy with different goals that are going to be hard to attain. I'm just trying to kind of test the waters a little bit and see what sticks and have a good time doing it. So another goal of mine kind of goes along with the 1,000 subscribers is I want to put out 26 videos this upcoming year. So essentially one every 2 weeks. Now, to be perfectly honest, my goal last year was to upload weekly. And while I do think if you look around on all of those websites, watch YouTube videos, they recommend at least weekly uploads. I mean, the more, the better. And that was my goal in early 2024. And you can see that quickly fell apart. And there was those months that I just didn't post at all as the schedule got busy. So I think 26 videos, again, one every 2 weeks is absolutely doable. And again, that's what I'm pushing for, is the goal should be attainable, doable. And if I get more out, phenomenal. I think that would be great. And honestly, with a lot of these goals, that is, I set them light so I can get above that. And I think that, not posting much in the early part of the year really hurt my growth. But as I've started to, again, find that foothold, I think one video every 2 weeks, is certainly very doable. And I think that's a goal that I can attain, but also not, kind of push myself trying to crank out content that I'm not proud of or not happy of, just trying to get something out every week. And honestly, the next goal is kind of a lame one, but it's just more so of getting a nice schedule done, so that I can focus on the channel and the videos, the editing, and then also my business, the 3D print farm itself throughout the year. As I just want, even if it's just 15 minutes a day, I just want dedicated time that I can, come up to the office and do specific work on the business, on any of those things. That way I just kind of get into the habit of showing up, kind of like, going to the gym, as they say, sometimes just go. And then eventually it'll become a habit rather than just trying to do your best to do it when you can. Is if I just set a little bit of time every day, then it'll become a habit that I do more and more often and for longer amounts of time. And even if it's 15 minutes, I think makes a difference, kind of gets me in that focus point. So, just setting a schedule and finding out what time of day works well for me, I think will be really important as well. And lastly, honestly, I have a bunch of goals revolving around the 3D print farm itself. Again, I got struck by that bug pretty hard. I think the concept of that sounds really, really cool. I love the idea of creating products. I feel good when I'm creating stuff. And I think that would be really cool to kind of get off the ground and running. I don't really, again, have explosive goals for that. They're very basic and honestly, I would hope easy to attain. I have, again, zero ideas of making a full-time business off this, but I think just a little bit of side money, something that can pay for my hobby, I think would be the ultimate goal. So my goals for these are 24 sales by the end of the year. So 2 per month, again, I think is very, very doable. 12 total products by the end of 2025. Again, 1 upload per month, essentially, very doable. And then I'd like to set up a home base somewhere in the house. So right now my printer is in the closet, just because I've been having issues with the draft and not really knowing where to put it, and the air conditioning kind of messing stuff up. So putting it in the closet is kind of where it's at right now. And I'd like to have a specific home base that works well for the prints. And lastly, I would like to purchase a P1S with an AMS, and then get an AMS Lite for my A1. I think that would be a good stepping point for the business as well. So none of my goals really evolve around profits. I don't want them to revolve around profits. I just want to keep pushing towards different milestones along the way. And if profits happen, then great. Again, I kind of explained this a little bit earlier. I don't want to lose the excitement I have for creating videos and 3D printing and modeling and fusion by chasing money. If the hobby pays for itself, I think that would be pretty awesome, is that I can do something and create things that pay for themselves. I think that would be really, really cool. Again, I don't want to be money focused. I don't think that's where I'm headed at all. I don't see this becoming a full-time thing. If it happens to further down the road, then we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But as of right now, I'm just having a really great time looking to build stuff and learning and designing and growing and bringing that along in my new series. So that's all I really wanted to do, is just try and have something that's going to sustain itself and something that I can look forward to building with, and not something that I'm looking to get rich, because I don't know if 3D printing is necessarily the way to go for that. But regardless, I just want to learn, I just want to grow, and just want to have a good time and see if we can make a little money on the side. So quite honestly, that's about all that I have. So if you have any advice, comments, suggestions, anything, I'd love to hear about them down in the comments below. If this is something that you would want to follow along with and see how the channel and the farm do in 2025, I'd love it if you subscribed and liked the video. It really helps out. And lastly, if there's anything that you have goals wise, I would love to hear those down in the comments below as well. Anything you're trying to do, anything you're looking to accomplish, let's do it together. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Happy New Year. Best of luck to everybody in 2025. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.